All right. Thank you very much, Christine. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Imran. I'm the Warwick Liaison Manager for Southeast Asia, and I am joining you today from my office in Singapore. Today, I'll be giving a briefing on the University of Warwick. Some of you are offer holders, I understand, and so this might be like a refresher on why you might want to confirm your choice of Warwick, right, for your university studies. Some of you maybe have not applied yet. You're still kind of like looking around, trying to see which university you want to apply for. So I hope that this presentation will be able to give you the information that you need in order to make your decision, right? So I'm now going to start sharing my slides. So, all right. Okay. So I'll start the briefing now. As I mentioned before, my name is Imran, and I'm the Warwick Liaison Manager. And so one of the countries that I look after is, of course, Indonesia. And so I actually travel to Indonesia quite regularly for my work, right? And so I think maybe every year I'm in Indonesia at least 5 or 6 times. So I'm somebody who visits Indonesia quite a lot, and I'm quite familiar with your country. Now, today's agenda is the following. What I'll do is I'll quickly give you some fast facts about Warwick. I'll tell you a little bit more about the academic excellence that we offer and the learning that you can expect at Warwick, student life in Warwick and what the student experience is like, health and safety issues, careers and employability, because I think that is something that's very important to all students nowadays. You know, when they go to university, not only do they want to get a good degree, but also they want to know that when they graduate, they'll be able to get some good jobs. Student finance and scholarships, that's another area that some students might be interested in. And then I'll tell you about the next steps that you can do, and then we'll have a Q&A. Now, some fast facts about the University of Warwick. We are, I would say, medium-sized university of about 28,000 students. Now, about 40% of our students are overseas students. I'm so sorry, that information about the Malaysian students, that hasn't been changed. It should read Indonesian students. And actually, in terms of the numbers of Indonesian students we have on the Warwick campus, it's roughly about 80 to 90 Warwick students, Warwick Indonesian students that we have on campus. Now, in terms of the location, the university is located in the city of Coventry, which is 20 minutes away from Birmingham by train and 1 hour away from London by train. Now, I'm sure most of you know that London and Birmingham are the 2 biggest cities in the UK. And so Coventry as a city is a small city, but we are located very close to the 2 biggest cities in the UK, right? Like I mentioned, Birmingham is only about 20 minutes by train. London is only about 1 hour away by train. And so you get the best of both worlds. You have the beautiful Warwick campus in the English countryside, very peaceful, very beautiful, very green on the one hand, but then when you want to have the busy city life, you want to go and watch some musicals, you want to go watch concerts, or you want to go and watch football matches, then it's very easy for you to travel from Coventry to Birmingham and London and beyond, right? Now, I just wanted to show you this picture. Don't worry, this is not what we look like now. This was taken a long time ago in 1965 when the university was first built, right? So, but through close links with business and industry, we have put in continuous investment into the university to build the facilities, but also to build the human infrastructure. And we have really built a wonderful community, and this is what our campus looks like today. On the bottom half of the photograph, you will see some brown color buildings. These are just some of the dorms that you can stay in when you live on campus, right? For students who live on campus, here also on the top left-hand corner, there are some dorms, whereas in the top half corner, the dense cluster of white buildings here, these are all the central campus, right? So that central campus where all the academic buildings are, the library, the arts center, the sports hub, right? So these are where a lot of all the main buildings are. This is central campus. Now, it might look big to you from this sort of like aerial view of the campus, but actually everything is within walking distance. From one corner of the campus to the other corner, it will take you about 20 minutes walk maximum, right? So it's very easy to walk around. It's also a very safe environment, so you don't have to worry about, you know, any of the dangers that are, you know, sometimes linked to living in a big city, because we are a campus university with a campus security patrol. There is, it creates a very safe environment for our students. And finally, like I said, we have a real sense of community where you won't feel like, you know, you are lost in the crowd. You won't feel like you're alone by yourself. There's always people around you who will be able to support you and give you this sense of belonging to the place. Now, here are some photos of campus. I told you that it's a very green campus, very beautiful campus, lots of nature, and basically a very nice and healthy place to live in, I would say, because it's just so green and, you know, there's just so much space for you to exercise and keep fit and stay healthy. Right, so this is another photo that we like to show. These geese and ducks, they really live there. They live on campus. We didn't just like import them into the, you know, onto campus just for the photo opportunity. So these are some of the residents of Warwick campus that you might meet when you live on campus. Now, in terms of the environment, Warwick is a campus that is very concerned about sustainability. Our campus is a living laboratory with researchers and students who are actively involved in sustainability, right? We understand the problem, the problems caused by climate change, etc. And so we are doing our part to combat climate change. And so our campus is a green campus, is sustainable, and we generate 60% of our own heat and power. And we're now saving £340 per hour on water, gas, and electricity compared to 10 years ago. Right? I think I might have skipped on some slides. Let me just escape and just make sure. Right. Okay. I did miss this section, and I'm going to cover it now. Right? Before I cover the next chapter about student experience, I'll talk about academic excellence and learning at Warwick. Now, so you've already seen the campus, you've already seen what a beautiful place it is to live in and to study in. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our academic excellence and our achievements. Okay. Now, we are one of the top 10 UK universities, right? So definitely a top 10 UK university. For example, there are a few different rankings that are done in the UK by the UK media. One of them is The Guardian, and The Guardian ranks us as number 8 in the UK, right? And this is the latest ranking. By the way, no matter which ranking you look at, we are always in the top 10, no matter which ranking, right? So we are consistent. Everybody agrees that we are a top 10 UK university, right? And QS World Rankings also puts us in terms at number 64 in terms of the world rankings, right? So we're number 64 in the world. On top of the rankings, we've also won some extra awards that we're very proud of. So, for example, the Good University Guide, they named us the University of the Year runner-up last year in 2022, and they also named us the University of the Year for teaching quality, right? So not only in terms of ranking we are good, but also in terms of the quality of the teaching that you get, the quality of the professors that you get, and how they deliver the lectures. You know, we are known to provide a high quality of teaching to our students. Now, in terms of who you will learn from, of course, is the academics, the professors, right? So we are a research-intensive university, okay? That means your professors, they are researchers. They are creating new knowledge. They are discovering new theories or discovering new facts and, making, new knowledge for the world, right? And offering solutions to real life problems, right? So basically what I'm saying is that the research is not something that, they do a research paper, they do research, they write the paper, and then after that it goes into the library and nothing happens. Nobody ever looks at it again. No, at University of Warwick, we are quite focused on coming up with knowledge that will help to offer solutions to real life problems, right? So in the REF 2021, now what's the REF? REF stands for Research Excellence Framework. This is a UK government exercise to assess the importance and the impact of the research done by universities. And Warwick was ranked number 7th for overall output, right? Sorry, 7th overall for output, reflecting on the high quality of published work and also the increased economic and societal impact of our research. That's the word I wanted to talk about, impact, the impact of our research, right? So like I said, our professors, when they do research, when they create knowledge, is not just something for them to publish and, put in the library, right? It's actually something that's being used by organizations, by governments, by companies, right? So for example, let's look at the first box, aging as embodied time, right? So this is done by our arts faculty, right? The arts faculty, they research on how literature can be used to understand and improve well-being in older age, okay? Another type of practical research that's done by our medical school is developing drug dosage delivery, whereby they developed the next generation of medical skin patches that allow for the medication to be absorbed more easily by the skin into your system so that you can get help, so that you can basically be cured faster, so that you can, become healthier and recover faster. By developing this new or rather next generation batch of skin patches. And finally, under the social sciences, the example I just want to talk about is reforming event ticketing. So basically, our social sciences academics, they actually worked with the UK government to develop new rules to take on the touts and change the industry practices, right? So basically, in the UK, there are so many events, concerts, the Olympics that happened not too long ago, Commonwealth Games, which was even more recent. So a lot of ticket selling, right? A lot of events happening in the UK. And sometimes all these tickets, they have the problem of black market sellers, yeah. So I'm sure for Indonesians, you must be feeling a little bit aware about this problem, because nobody can get the Coldplay tickets, right? I heard about the Coldplay ticket war. People had to wait for 10 hours, but then later on, the tickets will appear in the black market and it'll be so expensive, right? So in the UK, our Warwick researchers, they're looking into how to solve this problem of event ticketing, right? So that's what I mean by research that is having a social impact. Okay, and so that's what our academics are doing. And then when you are learning from them, when you are studying from all these experts, you will be able to directly gain the knowledge from them, right? Instead of having to, wait for the textbooks to come out maybe 4 or 5 years later, right? And so you'll have this direct relationship with these experts in their fields. Now, I also wanted to highlight that our academics, they work very closely with industry partners, because some people, they ask me, at Warwick, is it more theoretical or is it more practical, right? And the answer is, at Warwick, we do both. It's not just theoretical, it's not just practical, it is both. It is both because you need to have the theory. You need to have the theory because a university is the place for you to learn in a more academic way, right? For you to learn all the basic theories that helps you understand the world, helps you to understand the discipline, helps you to understand the state of your field today. But it's not just theoretical. It doesn't stop there. We also have the practical element, whereby from these theories, we then ask you to make sure that you know how to apply this in industry. We, to help you basically make the connections on how to use all the things that you have learned and apply it to the real world, just like the researchers, just like your academics, right? They are, creating knowledge and then using this for real world problems. So at Warwick, we do both. It is theoretical and it's practical, right? And we do that because through the fact that our academics, they work closely with industry partners, right? To give you 2 examples, one is the knowledge transfer partnership that our university has with AstraZeneca to improve the product quality and manufacturing processes. So this is just one example. Another example is another knowledge transfer partnership that we have with Siemens in terms of addressing, logistics and delivery demand challenges, right? So there is a lot of collaboration between Warwick, the university, as well as industry, right? And so you don't have to worry about, will going to Warwick, will it prepare me to go into the working world later on? The answer is for sure, because University of Warwick, we have a lot of partnerships with the big multinational companies as well, right? And so you don't have to worry that you are learning things that are not relevant to business, not relevant to what is happening in the world today. Now, for undergraduates, we have the undergraduate research support scheme as well, for those who are interested in research. So the undergraduate research support scheme is a scheme that enables students to carry out an interdisciplinary summer research project. This is open to all undergraduates, and for 6 to 10 weeks, you will do your research project with funding. So we do provide you with money, with funding for you to carry out your research project. It can be in the UK or it can be abroad, depending on what your project is about, right? So this is something that we offer to undergraduates. Now, how will you learn? In terms of the delivery of classes, our classes are delivered as a flexible, single, joint or multidisciplinary degree options, right? Especially for the undergraduates. For the master's degree, of course, because you are higher level, then master's degree, of course, you will become much more specialized, especially since for master's degree, it's only 1 year. So we really have to focus on your specialization for the master's degree. For the undergraduate degree, there's a lot more opportunity for you to do multidisciplinary work. Now, for your final year research project, you will be using the tools and techniques you have learned on a topic that you are passionate about. Basically, for the bachelor's degree students, either your honors degree thesis, or for the master's students, you will have your final year, final master's project or final master's dissertation, right? So in terms of the learning model, basically there will be lectures, seminars, and tutorials. So lectures, usually it'll be like, a very big group, maybe like 50 people and more. Seminars is smaller, usually between 15 to 20 people in a seminar. And then that's more of like a group discussion whereby you will be discussing with your tutor and with your classmates about topics. You'll be presenting your work, you'll be presenting your essays, you'll be presenting your projects, you'll be doing group projects together. So that's during the seminars. And then finally, there's the tutorial. Tutorial is basically one-to-one sessions with your academic tutor. Your academic tutor is really like your mentor, right? Who will be able to guide you and talk to you and advise you whenever you have problems or you're having difficulties with your studies. Your tutor, your personal tutor, is the person you go to who will be able to help you resolve any of these academic issues. Now, I just want to share with you the feedback from Warwick students. Our feedback from last year's National Student Survey puts us third in the Russell Group for overall satisfaction. By the way, in case some of you don't know what is the Russell Group is basically the top UK universities, right? So because in the US, you have the Ivy League, right? So Ivy League is famous because of Harvard, Stanford, right? Princeton, these are all the Ivy League universities. In the UK, we also have a grouping of elite universities, and they are called the Russell Group. Now, within the Russell Group, Warwick is third in terms of overall satisfaction with a score of 81.4%. We were also first for student voice and assessment and feedback in the Russell Group. So basically, those are areas where we're very strong in, right? Where students felt really, really satisfied with what they're getting from Warwick. And we were also in the top 5 for academic support, in terms of learning opportunities, and in terms of teaching and organization and management. All right. So basically, and like I said, overall, we were third in the Russell Group for satisfaction. So what this means is that not only are you going to a university that is prestigious, that is famous, but now even the survey, even the government survey, which is the National Student Survey, shows that our students, when they come to this university, they are also very satisfied with the experience that they are getting, right? So it's not just the name, it's not just the reputation, it's real. The experience that they get, they really are very satisfied and very happy with their experience. Right? Life at Warwick and the student experience. Okay, so I've already shown you the photo of campus, yeah. So you've already seen. So I'm going to just escape and move forward to campus life. Okay, so now we're going to talk about campus life. Student societies. As you can see, we have 250 student societies available, and this excludes the 70 sports clubs that are also available, right? And so in terms of activities that you can engage in, there are so many, right? So for example, of course, a lot of Indonesians, they like to join the Perhimpunan Pelajar Indonesia Warwick, yeah? So Perhimpunan Pelajar Indonesia Warwick. I just realized that the R and the I, they are in red, which maybe represents Republic of Indonesia, yeah? I just realized that. So PPI Warwick is one of the active student clubs on campus. And like I mentioned, on campus, there are about 80 to 90 Indonesian students, right, on campus right now. Other than that, there's also, clubs like Warwick ASEAN Conference, there's TEDx, there's Warwick Travel, there's like, what else is there? There's also things that are very careers oriented. For example, Warwick Asia Career Society, Warwick Law Society, like engineering club, all right? So more about the academic discipline. But then finally, there's also some that are just so whimsical and just, just for fun, right? For example, there's Warwick Harry Potter Society, you have the Warwick Bubble Tea Society. So it's really, really a wide range of societies that you can join, right? If you have a passion for something, there's a strong chance that there is already a society at Warwick that you can join for that hobby of yours. Okay, the Warwick Indonesian Society, more than 100 Indonesians reading wide range of degree programs. It is an active society and one of the biggest in the UK. There's a wide range of social, sports, and academic activities for Indonesian students. And I'd just like to recommend for those who are interested, please, you can join them at PPI Warwick, yeah? PPI Warwick on Instagram. You can follow them and see what are the most recent activities, what the club gets up to, and how they support the students, right? How they support the Indonesian students. I think that's one of the great ways to find out of what your life might be like on campus by looking at the PPI Warwick Instagram page and getting a sense of what being an Indonesian student on campus might feel like. I've mentioned about the 70 sports clubs. So this includes not just the usual netball, basketball, badminton. By the way, our badminton is really good. And I know Indonesians, they love badminton, right? So our badminton society, it seems, is really strong now because we won the UK championships and we're now going to join the European championships. I just read in the article the other day that our badminton team, they will go on to fight in the European levels championships. So apart from that, we have fencing, boxing, volleyball. As I mentioned, like so many different types of sports, right? Not just the usual ones, but also like archery, fencing, there's even horseback riding. So these are all the things that you can join when you come to Warwick. I'm just going to share this video with you now. Right? So that gives you a sense of the different sporting activities that you'll be able to find on campus. Next, I just want to talk a little bit about the Warwick Art Centre. The Warwick Art Centre is one of the biggest art centres of its kind outside of London, a multi-purpose art centre, one of the biggest of its kind outside of London, right? So not only is it a place where you can watch a drama or a classical music concert, but you can also go to the art center to watch films because there are 3 cinema screens inside. And also there's a small museum inside as well. So it's really a multi-form arts space. And it is actually a place where not only the students go to the Warwick Arts Centre, but even people from Birmingham, people from Coventry, people from the region will actually come to the Art Centre to watch the performances that are taking place there, right? So those of you who are very into arts and culture, this is definitely a place that you will enjoy visiting. Right? And this gives you a sense of all the different activities that take place in the art center. There's dance, there's music, there's drama, all sorts of performances. Now, accommodation, right? I just want to let you know that there is both on and off-campus accommodation available, right? Some people think that, oh, when I go to university, I have to stay on campus. No, there are no rules. You don't, if you want to stay on campus, you can. If you don't want to stay on campus, it's okay also, right? It's totally up to you. For those of you who want to stay on campus, please note that the campus buildings are the ones in purple here on the map, right? So if you look at all these purple buildings here, these are all the campus accommodation, and they are surrounding all the central campus the central campus buildings, right? Which is basically where all the academic buildings are. So it's very convenient for you to just basically wake up from your room, let's say you went to take a nap. It's very easy for you to go to class because then you just walk to class. It's probably going to take you 5 or 10 minutes to walk, not an issue at all. Okay, these are just some of the photos of the campus accommodations, right? On campus accommodation, on campus, we have 14 halls of residence with prices ranging from £85 to £228 per week. And these were the 2022 prices, okay? And utilities are included. For example, heating, water, broadband internet, these are all part of the price. All halls are non-smoking and self-catering. So self-catering means there is no canteen in the accommodation itself, right? There's no canteen in the accommodation, but if you want to eat on campus, there is no problem at all, because on campus itself, there are a lot of restaurants, right? There are lots of restaurants, there are cafes, right? So that's not a problem. So most students though, because eating out, like, eating in restaurants, cafes every time, it can be a bit expensive. Actually, of course, a lot of the students, they cook themselves. So when you live on the Warwick accommodation, you will actually have a kitchen that you will share with your friends. And then, of course, then you can cook together or even by yourself, right? And then basically a kitchen is provided for you to cook your food. And that will help you to save some money whilst you are in the UK. Okay, options range from rooms with shared bathrooms. So basically, when you have shared bathrooms, obviously the price of the accommodation will be cheaper. But then when you have, accommodations where you have ensuite bathrooms, that means you don't have to share your bathroom with anyone. Then of course, the price for that accommodation will be more expensive. So that's why there is a wide range. Yeah, there's different budget for different accommodation. The length of let basically means how long you can stay in the room. That differs. That is different from accommodation to accommodation. Some of them have a 35-week let, some of them 40, some 44, and some 50 weeks. So also that's something that will help you to decide which is the accommodation that you prefer. Now, these are some of the accommodations that we have on campus. Cryfield Village is very new. And then there's Lakeside, Claycroft, Roots is one of the older ones, also one of the cheapest, and Bluebell is one of the biggest, has one of the biggest rooms on campus, right? In fact, not only the rooms are big, the beds are also slightly bigger. There's ensuite bathroom at Bluebell, and so Bluebell is actually quite luxurious and one of the more expensive accommodations on campus. Your room might look something like this, right? So basically very cozy, very bright most of the time. So yeah, this is what you can expect when you move into accommodation on campus. And this is the social area, right? Social area includes the kitchen. As you can see here, there are like 3 photos of kitchens, right? Because that is where a lot of people hang out, right? When you cook, then you're hanging out with your friends whilst you're cooking, or maybe you're just having dinner there, you know, in the kitchen together with your friends. So these are some of the areas that you hang out together. Another photo here is of the laundry area, but don't worry, it's not just the kitchen and the laundry that you can socialize. Some of them also have like TV rooms where you can go and watch TV together. So here's an accommodation update. For undergraduate students, to apply for accommodation, you must make Warwick your firm choice. Okay, so Warwick must be your firm choice, and then you can apply for accommodation for undergraduate students, yeah? And you need to apply by 22nd August. So there's still quite a bit of time, okay? For undergraduate students, still a bit of time for you to apply for accommodation. You don't have to feel pressured. You don't have to feel worried, right? Because Warwick, we give you a lot of time for you to consider and then make your application. When you apply by 22nd August, then we will allocate you your room in September, right? Before you arrive on campus. For postgraduate students, accommodation is offered on a first come, first served basis, right? To apply, you need an unconditional firm offer and there's no deadline, okay? So if you are a postgraduate offer holder, the moment you are unconditional, you can already apply for accommodation and we will already very quickly be able to give you your accommodation. It's on first come, first served basis, okay? For those of the postgraduates who are coming with family, that means they are coming with a wife, with children, right? They can apply for what we call family housing. But family housing, you do not apply it under the student accommodation. You have to apply for it under the staff accommodation, right? So that's a different process for family accommodation. Don't worry. Anybody who needs family accommodation, just contact me and I'll be able to help you. I will point you in the right direction so that you know where to apply. Okay. It's important to read our accommodation allocation policy to understand how the accommodation is allocated. Health, safety, and wellness. Now, of course, safety is very important to us, you know, and so Warwick, we are one of the, you know, cities where, or rather Warwick campus is a very safe place, and Coventry used to have, you know, a reputation of being a bit on the rough side, a little bit on the rough side. But in the last couple of years, the situation has very much improved. And now Coventry City is as safe as any other city in the UK. And in fact, you know, it's a bit like everywhere in the world, you know, especially when it comes to cities, you just need to know, use your common sense and know that, oh, there are certain areas, obviously, where, you know, nothing will happen, everything is okay. But then you will always know that there is some areas of the city where it's a little bit on the rough side. And so try to avoid those areas, right? It's like anywhere else, like it's the same in Jakarta, the same in, you know, anywhere else in the world, any big city, right? So just be aware of like the places that you should try to like maybe avoid at night, for example, right? But other than that, like I said, Coventry is a very safe city for students. It is a very big student city, and it has been named the third best student city in England, according to the QS Best Student Cities 2023. Senior tutors and so support networks. So Warwick, we provide a lot of support services for our students. Senior tutors and personal tutors are there for academic matters. We also have a multi-faith chaplaincy. So for the multi-faith chaplaincy, it's like, you know, for the Christian students, you have a chapel. For the Muslim students, you have a musalla. For example, the musalla is not only the place where, you know, the students go for prayers, but also during Ramadan, that is where a lot of activities also take place, including Buka Bersama, right? Organized by the Islamic Society. So that for students of faith, you don't have to worry. You will be able to continue practicing your faith on campus. Health center is the medical center where you can see a doctor if you're not feeling well. So, your health and well-being will be taken care of when you're on campus. And these are just some of the photos of the student bikes for students who wish to use it to bike around the campus for if they don't feel like walking. Careers and employability. So we understand that for students, careers are important for when they graduate, and we need to prepare them for the working world. And so at the University of Warwick, we do have a lot of networking sessions with the employers, with the companies, where we do networking with them, and we make sure that when they have internships, that they tell us about it so that we can upload those opportunities into our careers portal, which is called the My Advantage portal. My Advantage portal. So anybody who is looking for internship, they'll be able to log into My Advantage and look at all the different opportunities that exist. Our careers team, they work very, very hard. They are a very successful team in terms of the work that they do. So for example, even during COVID, right, when the whole world was shutting down, right? The careers team, they didn't just sit back and give up. They actually helped to create and organize this initiative called Teamwork Virtual International Internship, whereby Warwick students were put in groups together with students from other top universities, and they did internships at companies, virtual internships, because it was locked down, right? Virtual internships with companies such as CIMB Malaysia. CIMB is of course the bank, Telstra Australia, which is a telecoms company, Heteronomics UK, which is a consultancy, etc. Right? So so I'm just trying to show you the hard work and the lengths that our careers team goes to in order to make sure that there are always opportunities for our students. Year out and intercalated year. This is for undergraduate students who want to pause their studies in year, for example, in year 3, they don't want to continue year 3, they want to pause their study and they want to go into industry and work in industry for 1 year. And then after that, they come back and then continue their year 3, right? So that is possible. Sometimes people call it a sandwich program. So that is definitely possible for Warwick students, especially the undergraduate students, right? Part-time work is also possible. It's limited to 20 hours per week. 20 hours per week is the legal limit for international students to work in the UK. Now, I talked to you about My Advantage just now. So this is what the website looks like. You'll be able to log in, right? You'll be able to log in, and then you'll be able to search for vacancies, right? The vacancies can be anything like internship or permanent job, etc. Or even you can type in like industry name, right? Like industry like finance, for example. Basically, you can type in your keywords and you'll be able to find out all the job opportunities and internship opportunities that are available. So at University of Warwick, apart from the job portal, job and internships portal, we also do career fairs and recruitment events, right? So career fairs and recruitment events, they allow our students to meet face-to-face with the company representatives, right? And do some networking and maybe, who knows, get an internship or get hired in the process. Our career fairs are very specialized. It's not like we organize one career fair and then all sorts of companies will come and then after that they go and that's it once a year. No, at University of Warwick, our career fairs are a bit spread out and they're broken down into the industries. So for example, Warwick Business School might conduct City of London career fairs where all the financial institutions will come. Engineering might conduct their own career fair. Life sciences or medical school might conduct their own career fair, right? So these are actually spread out and more targeted to bring about better outcomes for our students. There are also employer presentations, which are more small scale, where employees will come and do a lecture or a presentation so that students know what they have to offer. And then also then there'll be opportunity to do some networking, right? Again, networking sessions with these potential employers. Now, one thing that is good to note is that when you take part in societies, so for example, Economic Summit, Warwick ASEAN Summit, Perhimpunan PPI, Perhimpunan Pelajar Indonesia, this will be an opportunity for you to build up your CV, right? So for example, I'll just give you one example, is the Warwick Economic Summit, which is the biggest economics summit that is organized by students in Europe, right? The biggest one in Europe, right? Organized by students. Now, for Warwick Economic Summit, when they organize the summit, really, really famous people will come and speak at this event. For example, Joseph Stiglitz, who is, of course, the Nobel Economics Prize winner, Ursula von der Leyen, who is the European Union president, right? Queen Rania of Jordan, and many, many more, right? So these are all people who have come and spoken at the university at the Warwick Economic Summit. So if you are one of the students who's organizing this, or maybe liaising with some of these VIP, imagine what that will look like for your CV and how you can talk about that in your CV. And that I think, that kind of exposure will definitely make you very attractive to future employers. So student opportunity, as I've spoken just now, this is a summary. Basically, we inform you about the vacancies. We encourage you to do work experience, not just internships and part-time jobs, but also, like I mentioned, through the societies, right? We also help you with CVs and applications. So for example, if you need help to polish up your CV, that's something we can help you with. Appointments, you can make appointments and have one-to-one counseling with our career consultants if you feel like you need the extra help and the extra coaching, right, to help secure a job for you after you graduate. And there are also different skills development modules and courses that you can take for free at the University of Warwick. Now, finally, I just want to say, as a student of Warwick, even after you graduate, you will still have access to the careers team for another few years, right? even after you graduate, right? You will still have access to the same kind of service and counseling a few years after you graduate, because we want to make sure that we help you in your career as you move into the working world. And here are some of the very positive outcomes from all the hard work that's done by the careers team. We are number 55 in the world for employer reputation, right? And we are the fifth most targeted university by the UK's top 100 employers. Okay, so what this means is the UK's 100 biggest companies, the 100 biggest companies in the UK, when they are looking for people to work in their companies, Warwick is the number 5 target for them, right? So we are very highly sought after by these big companies. And our students are the 6th highest paid graduates in the UK 6 months after graduating. So our graduates get paid a good salary after they graduate. And for the Indonesian alumni, when they go back to Indonesia, they do very well. Also, a large number, or rather a good number of our, alumni can be found in organizations such as Bank Indonesia, Bank Mandiri, JP Morgan, all these financial institutions, right? But also in other areas. For example, Geodis, which is a logistics company, Allen and Overy, which is a law firm, Universitas Indonesia as lecturers, Chevron, USAID. So these are just some examples of where Warwick graduates have worked at after leaving university. Student finance and scholarships. These are the fees for our courses. For master's degree students, okay, before I talk about this slide about master's degrees, in case there are some undergraduate students who are looking to apply for next year, right? We do have undergraduate scholarships, and these undergraduate scholarships can go up to 100% tuition fee scholarship, 100%, right? So that means a full fee scholarship. So that's something that you might want to look into. You can apply to Warwick, apply for the scholarship and see what happens, right? If you don't get the scholarship, maybe you can decide, okay, I don't want to come because I didn't get the scholarship. But who knows, if you got the scholarship, then that might be a really good opportunity for you to come and study at Warwick. Right? So not only 100% scholarship we have, but also 50% scholarships are also available. Now, for postgraduate students, we also have department-funded scholarships. So, for example, the WMG Excellence Scholarships. The WMG Excellence Scholarships is something that you must apply for. But then for these scholarships, it's better for you to apply early if you want to have a chance at these scholarships, yeah? So if you are applying like in May, in June, chances are less for the scholarships, right? Because other people who have applied earlier, they would have applied for the scholarships also. And maybe the scholarship budget would have run low by then, right? So if you are somebody who's interested in scholarship, it's best to apply early, not to wait until the last minute. All right. Now, so for WMG, you do have to make a separate application for the scholarship. But for departments like WBS, there are also scholarships, but WBS scholarships are automatic. You don't have to send in a separate application for WBS scholarship. WBS stands for Warwick Business School. Okay, Warwick Business School, no need for separate application. However, in your personal statement, please write that you are interested to secure, a scholarship from Warwick Business School, right? You just write it down in the personal statement and maybe, explain a little bit about why you think you deserve a scholarship. Okay, so more scholarship opportunities are available on our website. Next steps. All right, next steps. For those who already have an offer, please accept the offer. For undergraduate students, you need to do that via ucas.com. For undergraduate students, right? Follow the UCAS process. For postgraduate students, you need to follow the instructions as per the offer letter that was given to you, all right? Make sure that the deposit payment is paid for IFP and some postgraduate courses only. For undergraduate courses, there is no deposit asked. Nobody's asking for deposit for undergraduate. Okay, but for IFP and PG courses, some departments do ask for deposit. So if you need to pay the deposit, please do so. Now, I'm sure I will get a lot of questions about not paying the deposit because you are scholarship student, right? Maybe your company is giving you a scholarship, LPDP is giving you a scholarship, and so you cannot pay the deposit, right? So for this, don't worry. What you need to do is you need to basically fill up a form to tell the department, or basically inform your academic department that you are a scholarship student and therefore you are not able to pay the deposit, right? And then after that, as long as you can show us the proof that you are a scholarship student, we will waive the request for the deposit, right? It's not a problem. Okay. Then finally, meet outstanding conditions by submitting the requested documents, and then you'll get your unconditional offer from Warwick. Okay, so meeting the offer conditions and accepting the offer, basically, the documents, as you're working with IDP can handle all of that. They can just help you with the submission of all the necessary documents. Obviously, you don't have to worry because you can get help from your IDP counselor for both undergraduate as well as for postgraduate. So just get in touch with the IDP counselor to make sure that everything is submitted, all the documents, so that you can get your unconditional offer. So in summary, Warwick offers you academic excellence, a wonderful student experience through a conducive campus environment, facilities and social support networks. We offer scholarships and excellent career prospects. So that's my information. As you can see, you've got my email address on this slide, as well as my WhatsApp number, right? Or you can also scan that QR code, which is my WhatsApp, which will lead you to my WhatsApp number. Thank you very much, IDP. Thank you very much, Christine, and all the IDP colleagues for organizing this event. I really appreciate it. And I hope this has been helpful to everybody. And if there's anything, feel free to get in touch with me. I'll be happy to assist all of you. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.